drop the beat. Let me tell you a story about a man named Felix, straight out of the old school, here to reveal the facts.
Yo, hold up, what's the 411 on this cat? He's a cop watcher, a truth teller, laying it all bare, shining a light on injustice, showing he just don't care about their intimidation tactics, that twisted up lies. He's got a camera in their face, watching with his own eyes. Going down the street in my hoopty, feeling the bass, see them blue and reds flashing, all up in my space. Another traffic stop, another power trip display. License and registration is all they ever say, but I know my rights, see I ain't no fool. They wanna play games, but I'm keeping my cool. I don't answer questions, that's my opening line. Got them frustrated, messing with the whole design. They pull me over, flashing lights so bright, asking dumb questions, trying to start a fight. Are you a sovereign citizen with a smirk and a sneer? Fuck you, I'm not a cop, is all they're gonna hear. Got my camera rolling, every move they make, for every crooked cop, for goodness sake. This is for the people who've been pushed around. John Felix on the scene, holding it down. Talk about officer safety, a tired old excuse for violating liberties and all kinds of abuse. They think that badge gives them a right to be the king, but we the people pay the salary and we're the ones who sing the song of freedom, the anthem of the just, exposing that corruption in the system we don't trust. From illegal searches to tyrannical demands, I stand my ground firmly with the law in my hand. They pull me over, flashing lights so bright, asking dumb questions, trying to start a fight. Are you a sovereign citizen with a smirk and a sneer? Fuck you, I'm not a cop, is all they're gonna hear. Got my camera rolling, every move they make, for every crooked cop, for goodness sake. This is for the people who've been pushed around. John Felix on the scene, holding it down. They talk of lies, this ain't no game. Know your amendments, speak their name. The first, the fourth, the fifth, that's the trifecta. Protects you from the goons who wanna disrespect you. They might have the weapons, they might have the crew, but knowledge is power, me and you, we know it's true. So next time you see him with that arrogant swagger, remember John Felix, the lyrical dagger. Peace to the auditors, the watchers in the street, keeping the pressure on, can't be beat. Fuck you, I'm not a cop, it's all they're gonna hear. Got my camera rolling, every move they make, for every crooked copper, for goodness sake. They talk of people who've been pushed around. John Felix on the scene, holding it down. They pull me over, flashing lights so bright, asking dumb questions, trying to start a fight. Are you a sovereign citizen with a smirk and a sneer? Fuck you, I'm not a cop, is all they're gonna hear. Got my camera rolling, every move they make, for every crooked cop, for goodness sake. This is for the people who've been pushed around. John Felix on the scene, holding it down. Holding it down. Word to the wise, this ain't no game. Know your amendments, speak their name. The first, the fourth, the fifth, that's the trifecta. Protect you from the goons who wanna disrespect ya. They might have the weapons, they might have the crew, but knowledge is power, me and you, we know it's true. True, next time you see them, that arrogant swagger, remember John Felix, the lyrical dagger. Peace to the auditors, the watchers in the street, keeping the pressure on, can't be beat. But don't embarrass you.
What?
Yo, drop the beat. Let me tell you a story about a man named Felix, straight out of the old school, here to reveal.
All right. That's enough. What's up, everybody? How are you? Let's see here. In 8 plus 15? In 23 minutes, I'm supposed to be debating a gentleman by the name of Counterpoints, former Marine, former cop. I'm supposed to be debating him on the Raging Tomatoes channel, but I don't know how to mix the two. So you might have to watch the debate over there if I can't figure out how to get it over here. I don't understand what I'm doing wrong. In the meantime, let me say hi to everybody real quick. Jody, Mary, what's up? Engineer X, Snot, Kyle, what's up? Claudette, Mark Woodward, what's up? Anthony Joseph, Seth Aldrich, what's up? Public Press, is football on? I don't know. Is it even football season? I don't know. Dude, Frank Pants. Watching the game too, but driving in a couple. What game? Constitutional freedom fighter. What's up? 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 That sandwich, whoever gave me $5, thank you very much. I really, really, really appreciate that. That's very nice of you. All right, let's get on with it because thank you, everybody. Thank you, Mark Woodward, man. It's very nice of you. All right, so I don't know if you guys have seen this, but the reason I titled this video Auditor Gets Unalived is because this guy who got unalived over in Minnesota, he isn't an auditor per se. Like, that's not what he does. He's not like an auditor like, well, I'm not even really an auditor. But he's not an auditor like Amagansett Press, like FAPA, like Liberty Troll, like J-Town, like Rogue. He's not an auditor like them. But he was out there auditing. He was just sitting there holding his phone like this. And the cops come and started shoving females around. Not the cops, the ICE agents. Same thing. And there was a bunch of dudes out there going, you know, notice these guys aren't cops and they're not trained. How about you notice that the auditing movement has been trying to point out to you that it's all the same thing this whole time. It's been that the whole time. This is how they treat auditors the whole time. This is how they treat people. This ain't anything new. You're just getting more exposure to it now because it's gone mainstream.
Is going on? Why are people blatantly lying about this incident in Minnesota?
Oh, and the way that Kristi Noem and the president and Bengino guy, they just say, hey, those are domestic terrorists who brought a gun to hurt federal agents. Like, seriously, being a politician or a cop or a government, any government parasite, basically means that you have to be able to lie with a straight face, double down on lies. Something could be happening right there, and you'll say, that's not happening right there. You're crazy. What you see happening right there is in your own mind. It's not, no, there's not a dog here biting half of my face off. It's not happening. Something's wrong with you. That's the gist of being a politician or a cop. Just be able to just straight lie. It's on video. Lie. I'm right there watching you do it. No, you're not. You're a liar. Lie about being a liar, about you being a lie to, while I'm lying to you, lie.
Not only did he pull the firearm, he clacked off a round. He pulled a firearm on federal officers. He pulled a gun and tried to shoot federal officers.
What the hell did you
No, he did not.
say?
He clacked off a round.
They think it's okay to pull.
He clacked off a round. Oh my God. This skank too right here, man. She loves that country over there in the Middle East. Those people have a lot in common. The ones that support the cops and the ones that support that country over there.
Pull a gun on a federal officer.
Meet dumb cunt who just tried to get into a gunfight with federal agents.
What the hell is wrong with you people?
An individual arrived at the scene to inflict maximum damage on individuals and to kill law enforcement.
What?
Don't you worry. No banker fat cats, corrupt politicians, cartel kingpins, vile pedophiles, corporate welfare queens, or violent gang members were harmed in the making of this video. The PayPal mafia, Peter Thiel, and the Palantir-controlled Trump administration is going to make sure they stamp out crime in America, even if it means attacking, macing, and executing legal gun owners on the streets of America. And what is with all the blatant lying when you can just go to the internet and see for yourself exactly what happened to Alex Preddy at the hands of government agents who ended his life? Before we listen to cosplay Barbie lie through her pearly white implants, let's take a look at who actually initiated the aggression.
So there's just some scumbag border patrol ICE agent just shoving women around because he can't handle a whistle or free speech or free assembly.
Here's Preddy right here.
He just shoved some female on the ground. And Preddy's standing there, and because Preddy's in the way, he just starts macing him like an idiot. Like, this is literally idiocracy, except real life. Dude, this is the biggest coward in the world. This guy would never in his life do this if he didn't have 50 guys behind him and immunity from the government. Like, he's going to sit there and spray and reach around and spray someone in their face. If this was real life, Preddy would have put that guy down immediately. But he's got the power dynamic. There, let me shove some women around.
Here's Preddy right here.
So Preddy's defending the women, and the Fed is attacking women, and he's upset that Preddy is defending the women. So now he has to attack Preddy, and they have to take his life because they're heroes.
So here's Preddy recording right here. He's exercising his First Amendment right to freedom of press, recording with his cell phone in his right hand.
That was his first mistake.
The action comes to him after this agent right here pushes the lady in the dark brown jacket and then pushes the lady in the white jacket to the snow. Preddy gets
why is he shoving women around?
Involved and immediately gets bear sprayed with his left hand up in submission and surrender. So it's pretty clear to me that the ones who initiated the attack are the DHS agents. And before we get to Kristi Noem weaving her deceptive propaganda tale, it's noteworthy that while we find out later...
So what, other than auditing, what is he doing? He's just auditing, right? He just has his phone up like we do. And now he's gone.
That Preddy is armed. He's not brandishing his firearm, and he's not acting as an aggressor in any way. Now we give our attention to Ice Barbie.
Individual approached U.S.
Dude, this lady is disgusting.
Border Patrol officers with a 9mm semi-automatic handgun.
Now, what kind of impression do you get from that? He approached officers with a 9mm handgun. What?
Yeah, they say it like that. She makes it sound like he went up to him like this.
What picture does that put in your mind? And as we just saw, who approached whom?
Individual approached U.S. Border Patrol officers with a 9mm semi-automatic handgun. The officers attempted to disarm this individual, but the armed suspect reacted violently. Fearing for his life.
Reacted violently by falling to the ground and bracing himself like this. That's how he reacted violently. He's supposed to just open his arms and go to heaven, I guess.
And for the lives of his fellow officers around him, an agent fired defensive shots. Fearing for his life and for the lives of his fellow officers around him, an agent fired defensive shots.
An agent fired defensive shots, huh? Well, let's take a look at that, too.
Honestly.
And like we said yesterday, he
had it in the middle of his waist. The one guy's taking the gun off of him to disarm him. And just the fact that he had a gun on him made the other one spaz out and pull out his gun and start shooting.
None of these DHS agents even knew Preddy was armed until right about here, where they saw the gun in the small of his back. A gun that Preddy wasn't holding and couldn't have possibly be touching since he was being dogpiled by 4 federal agents. Let's take a look at this. Just in slow motion. So this guy with the gray jacket realizes that he has a gun in the small of his back. He's trying to take the gun out right there. You can see it right there. He's trying to get the gun free from the holster while this guy right here grabs for his firearm.
He pulled his gun now just because he saw that he had a gun. That's it. He's pooping his little diaper here.
Now, this guy has the gun in his hand. He has Preddy's gun in his hand, which means Preddy is now disarmed. While this guy...
And the other one's pointing a gun in his back. Point blank in his back. While 1, 2, 3, 4 other guys are there. That's how brave this guy is.
Guy is pointing his firearm at the small of Preddy's back. And that's the first shot. The first shot is fired. Who's the first shot fired by? Some say because it was a 6-hour P320 that was removed from Preddy's waistband that P320 discharged like...
I doubt that.
Sig Sauer P320s are known to do. This is the agent that already grabbed Pretty Sig Sauer, and this right here is where they say the P320 discharged, right there. They're saying that they can see the action go backwards. I don't see, not only do I not see the action, I see an artifact right here, right there, that makes it look like the action went backwards. It's a cold day. You would think there would be some kind of heat cloud or whatever right there, and you would think that you would see a bullet hit the asphalt. I don't see either of those. We'll just take a look at this again, and we'll listen to the gunshot. They say that right there. I believe that this first shot right here came from this agent who unholstered his weapon and fired 2 shots into Pretty's back. There's the first shot right there. And then he shoots again right here. After those first couple shots with Pretty laying on the ground with his hands clearly visible, these DHS agents right here thought it would be the heroic thing to do to put a couple more rounds in his body. Back to Kristi Noem's Ken and Barbie tale.
The officers attempted to disarm this individual, but the armed suspect reacted violently. Fearing for his life and for the lives of his fellow officers around him, an agent fired defensive shots.
Defensive shots in the back of a disarmed man and reacted violently? That's called...
Raging Tomato has subscriber-only mode activated. I don't know what that means, man. I'll try to figure it out. I'm going to try to get it on both of our channels. He wasn't an auditor like we're auditors, but he was just sitting there auditing. He was just sitting there going like this, like an auditor. That's all he was doing.
Self-defense.
They call them legal observers over there for some reason.
In America. How would you think somebody should rightly, justly respond if 4 regular armed street thugs dogpiled one guy? Do you think it would be justified if he responded in some kind of self-defense? And again, the guy wasn't defending himself with a gun because the gun had already been violently extracted from him. But never mind facts. Let's continue to listen to Kristi.
Medics were on the scene immediately and attempted to deliver medical aid to the subject, but he was pronounced dead at the scene. The suspect also had 2 magazines with ammunition in them that held dozens of rounds.
How is that relevant? How is that relevant?
He also had no ID. This looks like a situation where an individual arrived at the scene to inflict maximum damage on individuals and to kill law enforcement.
An armed individual with 2 magazines arriving where ICE is to record looks like he was looking to what, Kristi?
This looks like a situation where an individual arrived at the scene to inflict maximum damage on individuals and to kill law enforcement.
To inflict maximum damage on individuals and to kill law enforcement.
How does it look like that when you're just being a gun owner operating under the Second Amendment?
They just make stuff up. They just make up a different reality.
Right to keep and bear arms, which is supposed to be the supreme law of the land, and it be construed as inflicting maximum damage to people on the scene and to kill law enforcement. You know what they're setting up here, don't you? They're setting up a narrative where if you exercise your constitutionally protected Second Amendment rights on American soil, you will be seen as somebody who intends to inflict maximum damage and kill law enforcement. No, Republicans don't want to take your guns. They just want to execute you in the street if you keep and bear those guns. But wait, we ain't done. Check out this scripted nonsense.
An individual approached U.S. Border Patrol officers with a 9mm semi-automatic
handgun.
The officers
Yeah, their handlers wrote that for them.
attempted to disarm this individual,
That guy on the left is the biggest coward in the world.
but the armed
violently
suspect reacted
resisted.
violently. Fearing for his life and for the lives of his fellow officers around him, an agent fired defensive shots. Medics were on the scene immediately and attempted to deliver medical aid to the subject, but he was pronounced dead at the scene.
These people are going to push a defensive revolution.
The suspect also had 2 magazines with ammunition in them that held dozens of rounds. He also had no ID. This looks like...
So? Let me list a whole bunch of things that are lawful to make him look bad. Like they're listing lawful things to make him look bad. Not having ID, that's 4th Amendment. Having guns, 2nd Amendment. So, you see the pattern there? You agree with freedom, you agree with guns, you agree with the Bill of Rights, your Constitution. Everything they just listed there was like, they said it was as if it was a bad thing, all the constitutional rights. he had his privacy, he had his gun, he was exercising his freedom of speech, his freedom of press. He's horrible domestic terrorist, obviously.
Like a situation where an individual arrived at the scene to inflict maximum damage on individuals and to kill law enforcement. An individual approached U.S.
and massacre law enforcement. Now, you saw the video for yourself. You saw that Preddy did not pull his firearm on DHS agents. So why are social media influencers just outright lying about this whole thing?
The legal observer in Minneapolis who just got murdered.
Liberals are like children that discovered bad words. The minute they hear some new fucking term that was used in some obscure law.
Dude, both parties are dumb. People who fight over left and right politics are dumb.
100 fucking years ago. They never stop saying it. Legal observer, huh? Legal observer was murdered. Could it be? I don't know. Maybe he pulled a firearm on federal officers. If you guys were unaware.
Oh, maybe the thing he didn't do at all. Okay.
That gets you shot. And just to be clear, not only did he pull the firearm, he clacked off a round. He pulled it.
Not only did he...
Who the hell's Buzzy? I never even heard of this person.
He pull a firearm, he clacked off a round. Now, how is that possible when the firearm was taken from him before he was shot in the back? So this is a disarmed American who was shot in the back. And this guy, who claims to be an American, says that he not only pulled his firearm, but he fired a shot. What is going on here?
He pulled a firearm on federal officers. If you guys were unaware, that gets you shot. And just to be clear, not only did he pull the firearm, he clacked off a round. He pulled a gun and tried to shoot federal officers. Yeah, you get shot for that. That guys, we have to stop pretending like we don't know how this works.
We have to stop pretending, as he's doing nothing but pretending like the guy pulled a gun and fired at officers.
If you try to shoot a federal officer, they will shoot you back. Why are we pretending that we don't know this? Why are we pretending that this is some new fucking information?
Why are we pretending like he actually pulled a gun and fired a shot? Why are we pretending?
I'm trying to link both of these up, man. I'm sorry, guys.
Who is this guy? We got to name this guy, because all these liars need to be named, exposed, and publicly shamed. This is the older millennial. This guy has 306,000 followers. I guess lies and liars are popular.
We've never heard before. Oh, and you think, oh, well, he was a legal observer. That's fine. Make up the terms you want. Go with whatever bullshit designation you want to give to each other. But you don't get to draw a gun on an officer and think you get to live.
Did this guy even watch the video? Why make up lies? This chick right here, her name is Avery Day. She has 118,000 followers. And she says, if you do not want to get shot by an officer, you should not pull a gun on one. Let's take a listen.
Interesting. I find it horrific that the Democrats like Tim Walz have brainwashed their voter base so much that they think it's okay to pull a gun on a federal officer.
Did the man pull a gun on the federal officer? No, video evidence shows that he absolutely did not. Did the man initiate force and violence on the DHS officer? No, he did not. He was trying to protect himself and his eyes and the woman who was pushing the snow from the aggressive DHS officer. How can you trust anything she says or any of these liars say if they can't even be honest about something that you can see with your own eyes?
That's pretty horrific. Here's something about me. I carry a gun with me everywhere I go, lawfully. If I were to ever be approached by or pulled over by officers, whether or not I was in a duty to inform or must inform if asked state, the very first thing I would do is show my hands and say, I am carrying a firearm on body. This is where it is. How would you like me to proceed? And then I would comply. What I would not do is go out and seek confrontation and attack officers while having a gun on me and then reach for it. Because I know that would...
Can you prove that he did that? Can you prove he reached for his gun? Can you prove that he sought out the confrontation first? Do you remember that quote in 1984? George Orwell's 1984 said something like, the party told you to reject the evidence of your eyes and ears. It was their final, most essential command. That's what these people are doing. They're telling you to reject what your eyes see and what your ears hear.
Get me.
Guys, give me 1 second. I'm talking to Sarah. I'm fine with that. Whichever one you think is best. Control of. Yeah. Mm-hmm. All right. Here's what I'm gonna do, because I got to use the bathroom. I'm gonna shut down my stream, and I'm gonna join yours, and I'm gonna tell everyone to go to your channel. All right. Thank you. All right, everybody, go to Raging Tomato right now.